Welcome into this edition of the Huddle Up Podcast. I am your host, Taylor Sharp, and today we have a new chapter in the Aaron Rodgers saga. I want to break it all down right here. So yesterday, Aaron Rodgers is on the Pat McAfee show, right? He's pretty much been a weekly guest there for about a year and a half now, and when asked about his future in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last season. And it makes a lot of sense, right? That's why he signed the one-year deal. And I don't want to put words in Aaron's mouth. I'm just going to read you what Aaron Rodgers actually said. He said, that's why I just did a one-year deal. Steelers didn't need to put any extra years on that or anything. It was really about finishing with a lot of love and fun and peace for the career that I've had. Okay. Few problems there. The Steelers, their franchise right now is stale. It's not bad, it's stale, right? You're getting to a 500 record or a 9-8 record, getting ousted in the first round of the playoffs. That's kind of where they've set the last 5 to 6 years or so. You didn't draft a quarterback in the draft. You weren't aggressive in free agency early on. And the reason for that is you wanted Aaron Rodgers. This is the quarterback that Mike Tomlin wanted. That's why you passed on every quarterback in the NFL draft. And this quarterback says he wants to have a lot of love, fun, and peace during his final year. To me, that doesn't sound like a quarterback that wants to win in the National Football League. He also said, it's not about, can I go out the right way? I don't feel like I have anything left to prove. To me, you do. Because I've seen you underperform your last 4 or 5 times in the playoffs, and you won a Super Bowl. Yes, that was 15 damn years ago. It's 2025. Aaron Rodgers, after that Super Bowl win in 2010, has basically done nothing in the playoffs. Now, he got to an NFC championship once, got routed by the Atlanta Falcons, but he got there, and that's about it. Every other time, it's been win a game here, boosted in the second round, or a first-round ouster in the NFL playoffs. That's pretty much where Aaron Rodgers has been throughout his career after winning that Super Bowl in Green Bay back in 2010. Everything Aaron Rodgers says is a big contradiction. He'll start by saying, I don't want this to happen, but then he goes and does it. Like, okay, for example, again, I don't want to put words in Aaron Rodgers' mouth. I'm going to tell you what he said. He was talking about retiring and saying this is probably my last year in the NFL. But here was his quote. I don't want the attention. I know that's a narrative out there. When this is all done, it's Kaiser Soze time. You won't see me. I won't be in the public. I don't want to live a public life. That's why it's so strange. Who's going on right now in my private life? Because I don't want to live a life in the public eye. I'm not going to be in the public eye when this is done. When I'm done, you won't see me, and I'm looking forward to that. He goes on to say, he doesn't want this to be a farewell tour. Okay, that's fine. A lot of players were like that. I mean, hell, Luke Kuechly retired a few years ago at 29 years old. He just up and quit one day. Didn't really tell anybody but the Carolina Panthers. He walked out. That was it. Called it a career. If Aaron Rodgers wants to do that, that's fine. But again, the contradictions. Why in the hell did you come out and say, this is probably going to be my last year at the end of June? Guess what? You've now officially made it a farewell tour. You didn't have to do that. Now, a lot of you are going to say, okay, well, he would have to answer that week in and week out throughout the football season. You might as well put that to rest now. First off, we all pretty much already assume this. He's 42 years old and he signed a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers. People aren't stupid. You could put 2 and 2 together and figure out, hey, this is probably the last ride for Aaron Rodgers. Also, maybe he doesn't want to be asked that question every single week, and I understand that. Come up with something generic, though. If you have to answer it every week, you have to answer it every week. Okay, I'll be Aaron Rodgers for a second. Aaron Rodgers, we are so-and-so over here with the Pittsburgh Press. What are your thoughts on extending your NFL career beyond the 2025 season? Well, I haven't really got that far. I signed a one-year deal. We'll see where it goes. I'm certainly, on the back end of my career at 42 years old, but I'm just trying to enjoy this thing. I'm trying to take it one game at a time. And at the end of the season, we'll reevaluate things and we'll see where we go. Do we continue playing or do I hang it up and call it a career? Thank you. That's all Aaron Rodgers has to say. Something along those lines. He could rehearse that and perform it every single week at press conferences as he wants. He doesn't want a farewell tour. He doesn't want to be in the spotlight. But he announces this and officially makes it a farewell tour. He says he wants to have love, fun, and happiness in his final year in the NFL. Yeah, guess what? You're in the AFC North. It's not an easy division. You're an NFL quarterback. That ain't going to happen, Aaron. It sounds like you're retired already. You waited till the end of June, or the middle of June, I should say, to sign your contract. You just want to have a lot of fun and happiness in your final year. You said you don't want a farewell tour, but you officially announced that this is your final year in the NFL, in all likelihood. It sounds to me like you're done before the season even started. Like, does Aaron Rodgers not realize he has an entire 2025 NFL season ahead of him on a team that is trying to make a playoff push? Mike Tomlin is trying to find a spark in this offense that's been stagnant for multiple years now. I didn't like this signing when it was done because I thought Tomlin and Rodgers were going to clash. Now I don't like it because I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to play football. I think he's doing it for the fame, to be in the public eye. I don't care what he says. What you say and what you do are two completely different things with Aaron Rodgers. And I think he's got one foot out the door, likely two. I don't think he has any interest in playing. I think there was maybe one team he wanted to go to. It was not the Pittsburgh Steelers. He said, you know what? They're going to pay me to go play quarterback. I still feel like I could play at a decently high level. Let me go do that. But that's it. I want a quarterback that's bought in. I want a quarterback that's going to be a leader in the locker room. I want a quarterback that's going to be a coach on the field. When you talk about, oh, well, I've accomplished everything I need to in my career, not really concerned by that. He did say he wants to go out there, play at the highest level he possibly can, and let the results speak for themselves. I'm good with that. But when you say, oh, I don't feel like I have anything left to prove, and I just want to go out there and have fun, be happy my final year, and I don't want this farewell tour, but I'm going to set it up like that anyway so people can talk about it for the next 7 months. This spells bad news for me, for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why, if my favorite team needed a quarterback, I would have stayed away from Aaron Rodgers. It's not that I don't think Rodgers is good. There's a lot of people out there that are going to say, hey, Aaron Rodgers is over the hill. I thought his season last year was actually a lot more productive, at least numbers-wise, than a lot of people made it out to be. Now, yeah, they were terrible, but they're also the New York Jets. They're also terrible. Somehow, the only way the New York Jets aren't bad is if Mark Sanchez is their quarterback. Every other franchise, if they wanted to be bad, would have Mark Sanchez as their quarterback. I mean, go figure. The New York Jets are going to New York Jet, right? But I just don't like this. The optics are bad, everything about it. Now, again, I'm not inside the building. I don't know the relationship between him and Mike Tomlin. It may be very good. He did say that, throughout this process, pretty much weekly, he spoke to Mike Tomlin about once a week. So maybe it's better internal than it looks on the outside, but this does not look like a guy to me that is fully bought in trying to make a run at a Super Bowl here in 2025. All right, that's going to do it for today's episode of the Huddle Up Podcast. Tune in next time. We got a lot of NFL news to break down, and we'll do it all here on the Huddle Up Podcast.